like her and Cynthia Erivo have to be like the ultimate unlikable black woman archetype. Like someone that you can tell that you if you couldn't, there's no conflict resolution with that one. You know what I'm saying you're gonna have to just take them as they are. You know what I mean? I have been going down a rabbit hole for this Wicked thing and whatnot, and watching this whole press run with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and they hugging and holding hands and crying every 2 seconds, and just having just makes you a little worried. Too much stimulation. Like we saw in the clip from Love at the Lockup. All the women, especially all those plus size women together at the same time, that's too much estrogen, and it makes them all emotional. And they start, they start crying. I mean, they're like a pressure cooker. Pressure cooker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this draw, man. Enjoy. All right.
These are not let me do a silly skit every morning times. At one point on the show where they called me and they asked me to stop referring to the genocide as a genocide, I played that little game for like a month. And then I just was like, I can't not refer to it as what it is. They allowed folks like D.L. Hughley and Ricky Smiley to talk.
Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me reshare that drawing.
Not a supporter because I was not a blind supporter of Kamala Harris. This is the first time I've ever been let go from a creative position. There's a lot of lies and falsehoods about me that are put out there, like, oh, Amanda Seales, she got fired from this. I've never been fired from a creative job. I got fired from the Heartland Brewery in Times Square because I wouldn't stop wearing an afro. But I've never been fired from a creative job because I show up and because I am really good at what I do. So the haters is gonna love this. The haters is gonna love Hughley and Ricky Smiley to talk about me on their shows. I was told that the reason the show was not going to go further was because affiliates did not want a show that was polarizing, and also that I was not funny enough on a consistent basis. And they're not wrong. These are not let me do a silly skit every morning times.
All right. I have to say, man, listen. So I'm 37. So hey Google. Hey Google. Why was I call you so many times? Do you have anything to say for yourself? Whatever. How old is Amanda Seales?
I can't see your call history or the contents of your conversations, so I don't know why you were going to call me so many times. However, I can help you with the second part of your
question. See what I'm talking about?
Amanda Seales is 43 years old. She was born on July 1st, 1981.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Yo, like this AI be talking. I feel like this AI don't respect me, bro. I'm good, man. I don't like talking to him. Keep it a stack with you. So, y'all gotta realize that, yo, this is the future for a lot of young women. Okay. This is like, you know what? And this is something I heard Crimson Cure say. Women don't do the self-improvement without a man around. Right. And I'm seeing, like, now I'm getting older. I'm around women. I'm around a lot of women. And I see the difference in women who have a man in their life and women who don't. And what usually happens is they have a lot of arrested development. Meaning that, you know, like they basically don't really seem like that mature. They don't seem as though they're a mature, calm person. You know what I mean? Or basically someone that is good at maintaining a good rapport, good relationship, stuff like that. You know what I mean? See, a lot of people who feel as though being hateful is cute, or being hateful is I'm saying basically you're just not living. You have no desire to live a righteous life. It's weird. But anywho, going back to Amanda Seales though, it's a lot of things going on in that conversation. Again, she's also a person that you never know what part is the truth and what part is a lie when it comes to this individual. I guess what I can say, for one, if she's telling the truth, right? That's a demonstration in y'all's communication wasn't clear. Y'all should be clear on what this show is, what you're going for, and what kind of performance that you're going to give. Not only that, you know, a lot of times whenever you hear artists make it seem as though they were too provocative, or they're too good at what they do, so therefore all these people have formed against them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that can't happen. People will hate on you, most definitely. But you know, if they were complaining about you not being funny enough, then if that's what actually happened, that must have been an expectation that was set at the beginning of the contract. You understand? But bigger than that, you always got to look at what people do, right? Like, why is this video up? And this video was up because she wants to control the narrative. All right, what's actually going on is that, you know, because this is definitely a narc right here. She's trying to I don't want to say reconcile, but deal with. All right, I have taken an L. I have taken a loss. Narcissists can't quietly take L's. Someone like her, she has to make it seem as though this basically just do accountability jujitsu. Just you know, just get out that shit. You know what I mean? Crack a finger. But when I watched this, and it's actually one more clip I want to show. So this is Tim Walsh's daughter, and this is what she had to say about the Joe Rogan podcast.
And if the guy we're talking to follows Joe Rogan on Instagram, they're a red flag, and we should probably stop talking to them. And the times when they do follow him on Instagram and we haven't stopped talking to them, which was in the past, obviously, it's never ended well. So yeah, I just want to say that I stand by that. It's literally never failed us. And at this point, it's like the first thing we do when someone starts talking to a new person. If they follow him, we're like, yeah, this person probably isn't a great person, and probably our values don't align. So we're going to move on from that. And honestly, it's worked out well for all of us. Like, obviously there's been some heartbreak in there because of it, or at least some disappointment, but
this lady is talking about breaking up with someone because of who they follow on Instagram. Do you realize that we are living in a time where women get into relationships with the expectation that they can tell you where to go, what to do, and who to like. Basically, really, they really think that they're supposed to be in charge of you. But bigger than that, there's a terrible reason to what. But the reason why I played that Amanda Seales video and I played that video is because they represent a certain mindset in modern women where you want to. It's like wanting to play God. You know what I mean? Where you want to. So with Amanda Seales, is like she's like, listen. Most narcs want to control how you experience them, or they don't imagine how you experience them. It doesn't cross their mind how the people they come across like feel about them, or how they heard that, or how that came across. You know what I'm saying? Because like, again, these people experience extremely high levels of emotion And the more emotional you are, the less straight you're going to think. So these are the kind of people who are always really emotional, right? But bigger than that, what the weak try to do is manipulate others mentally, right? And we start with how someone thinks. If someone can control how you think, they can control everything about you. And men don't even realize that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, competition and the ability to work with people is super important. And the ability to make the best out of a situation rather than look, and because again, we become a nation of quitters. Another reason why relationships also not that they can't work, but there's so much incentive for a woman to quit a relationship or be able to reject the dude that's in front of her that that wants to be with her. You know what I mean? But competition. So going to Amanda Seales again. Both these people represent like the leftist, super duper woke, side of the world and whatnot. And when you hear Amanda Seales talk, you get a feeling that she doesn't see life as a journey where she needs to get better in a way that contributes to the happiness and peace of others. For me, one thing about letting really selfish people influence the world, like these terrible people who are famous now, is that they influence people to not do good things for the sake of doing it. We need people to still move like that, to do nice things just for the sake of doing it. Right? But also, another thing I'm going to say, we have to be able to get along and have love for people who are different than us. And the young lady that's talking, she represents this mindset that you are supposed to agree with someone on everything. And it's like, no, that's how we have more the most interesting moments in our lives when we get to know people who are nothing like us. But anywho, I wanted to point that out, man. I wanted to cover that, man. Like, as far as the man, like, yo, bro, you gotta compete. You gotta do better. You just have to be better, right? Amanda is someone who has extremely low self-awareness, and not only that, like she's kind of stuck in the mindset of like a 21-year-old, like college student, where you're still learning like how to, like you're still wanting to go through a rebellious phase. You're 43 years old. Like, why are you still going? Like, you're still going through a rebellion phase. You're supposed to be, have a 15-year-old by now. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy sauce. And also, too, when you see this is how these girls. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't feel safe in an environment where women who are this mid can just like get online. I'm like you and your friends. If your friend group all looks like you, who cares who not dating y'all? So it served you well that if a guy's following Joe Rogan on Instagram to stop talking to him, how would you know if you don't actually get to know the guy? What? Like, how would you know like where the relationship would go? She said, yeah, it's been some heartache. So basically what's happening is she found out her friend's boyfriend was following Joe Rogan, and she encouraged and pressured her friends to break up their relationships because you shouldn't be following Joe Rogan, because he doesn't he doesn't think like a woman. This is someone who really feels as though it's a crime for a man not to think like a woman, or won't acknowledge that men and women are different. You know what I mean? Even how she's appearing on camera, she not even, fam, you're representing yourself to the world. Like you're like a famous politician's daughter. Like she like this is the equivalent of just a Keisha popping up with wearing a bonnet, giving a strong opinion. All right, man. What else we got, man? Let me see what I got in the archives. I think we're gonna cover this one last John. This Kayla Nicole keep taking L. So Kayla Nicole is the ex-girlfriend of the NFL player Travis Kelce. My man had a whole glow up, son. He was rocking a fade. He said, "F that, got with Taylor Swift."